Spontaneous mutations and induced mutations. Spontaneous mutations are those mutations which occur due to the natural changes in the DNA. These kind of the mutations, the origin of the mutations is unknown. They arise due to certain mutagenic chemicals which are present in the environment. Spontaneous mutations are caused due to mutagenic chemicals. Those mutagenic chemicals, they can be cosmic rays, they can be radioactive elements, heat, as well as naturally occurring base analogues. If we see this diagram, in which we can try to understand that how spontaneous mutations occur. On one hand, there are DNA polymerases, while on other hand, there are endogenous mutagens. DNA polymerases, they are responsible for replication errors, and if there is replication error and it do not recover back into the original sequence, then that error goes into the next replication step and ultimately there is a mutation. While on the other hand, there are endogenous mutagens which are present in our environment. If they are present in our environment, then they convert mutagenic nucleotides, they prepare the mutagenic nucleotides, and mutagenic nucleotides are incorporated into the replication errors, and ultimately they produce the mutations. On the other hand, if there are endogenous mutagens, there is spontaneous DNA damage, and if spontaneous DNA damage do not recover back, then it goes into error-prone repair, and ultimately during the next replication process, it becomes the permanent part of the DNA. So these are two major things by which there is origin of the spontaneous mutation. DNA polymerases, they are the responsible, as well as those mutagens which are present in our environment. Induced mutations are those mutations which are artificially produced in the DNA. Those mutations, they are called as induced mutations. There are certain mutagens or mutagenic elements which are present in the environment, or as well as chemically synthesized. Those mutagens are used to induce the mutation in the organisms. Those mutations, those chemicals, they can be the physical agents like the X-rays, alpha rays, beta rays, and gamma rays, which are present in our environment. While on the other hand, there are some chemical agents. Chemical agents, they are the mustard gas, ethylene amine colchicine, and ethyl methyl sulfonate. These are the chemicals which are used to produce the mutations in the organisms or in the cells. In addition to these chemicals, there are certain base analogues. Base analogues are, they have the resemblance to the normal nucleotides or the normal bases which are present in our DNA sequence. They have the similarities with those nucleotides, and DNA polymerases cannot distinguish between the normal base and the base analog. These base analogues, they can be incorporated into the DNA instead of the normal bases. In this diagram, we can see the difference between the normal bases and the base analogues. If we see here the structure of the adenine and structure of 2-aminopurine, they have the similarity with each other.